We are live. Welcome, guys, back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. I'm Timothy Earle. Yes, I'm a little bit late today. To be honest, was just behind. I don't know what was going on, but I got home at the right time and started putting everything up and tracking everything. And before I knew it, I was way late. But we are live now around 2 o'clock. I have my full entire card locked and loaded and ready to go. And if you guys are interested in checking out all of that stuff, you guys can go over to the picksandparleys.net website where LOL will be going over NHL and NBA. But college football today, I got a 3-pack up, and it's Customer Appreciation Day, so it's for $7 for 3 plays. So go ahead, check that out if you want to. Link to that's in the description. But we will go and check out what happened yesterday. What went right, what went wrong. And yesterday we got back up into the positives. Actually, hold on one second. Okay. Anyways, sorry, I was money things. Yesterday was a good day. It was a really good day. We were up 7.52 units. We'll start in the beginning of the day and go from there. Tyler Bertuzzi over a point. I believe he got one a couple minutes into the game. So that was a nice quick cash. I believe that was less than 5 minutes into the game. Tyler Bertuzzi scored that, got an assist. Philadelphia did not get there. They lost 2-1. Owen Tippett didn't get a point, but Courier was on the only goal of the Flyers night. He did get there, so that was a nice winner there. The Pittsburgh Penguins money line. They went and won 5-3 in Florida, plus 172 winner on that one. And we're going to continue with another thing, and we'll mention it again today. The San Jose Sharks over the total. I think that's just going to be a blind bet this year. I think I bet it in every single game so far. I think we lost one. I believe we lost one Sharks over this year. And I believe it was by the hook versus the Canes. Other than that, I believe they've gone over in every other game. I could be wrong. They had a 3-0 game against the Pittsburgh Penguins. I forgot about that one. But other than that, they are 5-2 to the over, and they continue to keep scoring. And yay, Sharks! They got their first win of the year. And they won in overtime in New York. That was hilarious. I loved every moment of it. Will Smith, I took him over a point. He said, nah, we ain't going to get a point. We're going to get 4 points, which was great, but Tyler Toffoli didn't get anything. I was kind of hoping Tyler Toffoli would get involved too, but he did not. I had the over in the Islanders game. The Islanders scored a touchdown. They scored 7 with 7-2 final. So winner on that one. Jonathan Duran, whatever his name is, got a point for the Islanders. Mortis Cedar did not for the Red Wings. And out of 7 goals, the guy that's gotten a point in every single game, Matthew Schaefer, didn't get a point. Thanks. Anaheim Ducks money line, even money. Nice winner there. The over in the South Alabama game was a winner. The over in the Pacers game was also a winner. The under in the Blues game was nowhere close. That one finished 7-4. O'Reilly was involved in a goal. One of the 2 goals. He was one of the goal scorers. I got him over a point at minus 115. But Jake DeBrusk on the Vancouver side did not get there. Had 3 guys on the Seattle Kraken. Only Eberle was able to get a point. Beniers and Vince Dunn did not. Easy winner in the NFL last night. I had the LA Chargers, San Diego Chargers, whatever you want to call them. I don't care. We had the -3. That was also a contest play for me. So 1-0 to start the week in the Pub Sports Radio contest, which does, for the moment, tie me in first place. 26-11 so far. Was it 26-11? 25-11 this year in that tournament, in the contest. So really happy with that one. The under in the Carolina Hurricanes game did not get there. It is what it is. But never in doubt, I had the draw in that game. So really happy that I was able to get the draw at plus 330 for the Canes and the Avalanche. Montreal and Edmonton, man, Montreal could have definitely have won that game. 3 goals in the third period for Edmonton to get the win there. And with the 5 goals, none of them was no points by Juraj Slavkovsky. So unfortunately, nothing from him. We did get the LA Kings in overtime, plus 130 against the Dallas Stars. And my last play, even though they didn't win the game, Nikola Jokic for a triple-double was plus 160. Oh, that was nice. So it ended up being a good day. We were up 7.24 units, 7.52. Hopefully, we could have another good day today. Records are scrolling across the bottom. Positive in NHL, positive in NFL, positive in NBA. We're working on college football. That could easily flip this weekend. But we will be and I didn't put baseball record in because it's almost done anyway. So we will jump into the base of balls, and we'll jump into game 1 of the World Series. We got the LA Dodgers representing Japan and Toronto Blue Jays representing Canada. That's a true World Series. I'd never clicked in the game. Boom, there we go. Dodgers anywhere from 150 to 160 with a total of 7.5. We get Blake Snell versus Trey Savage. Blake Snell coming into this one has pitched really good in the postseason. He's gone a total of 21 innings for 28 strikeouts, 2 earned runs, 6 hits. He has been untouchable in the 3 wins for the Dodgers. On the opposite side, you've got Trey Savage, who I clicked on the Blue Jays instead of Savage, who's been really good this year, and especially in the playoffs. He's pitched 3 times in the playoffs. He had 1 bad game, which he allowed 5 earned runs in that second game in his first start versus Seattle. 3 of those runs came after he got out of the game, and the guy gave up a home run immediately. So that was rough on his earned runs. First career playoff start was 11 strikeouts, 5 1/3 innings against the Yankees. And last postseason start for him, 2 earned runs, 6 hits, 5 2/3 innings. I grabbed 2 things in this game. I grabbed the Blue Jays to win the World Series, plus 180. It's not up on the site, but I did personally take the Blue Jays. So I got the Toronto Blue Jays tonight. I got their money line sitting at, if I had this up, that would have been great. I got their money line at plus 138. And I did grab Mr. Trey Savage over his strikeouts, over 5.5 at even money. Savage has been a strikeout machine. He's gone over this 5.5 number twice in the playoffs out of 3 starts. The one other start was just a little bit of a shorter start. He could have easily gotten it. But I do like Savage over his strikeouts. And I'm going to make the bold take that the World Series is going to get bookmarked by the ECU Pirates. I think Trey Savage will have the first pitch, and Jeff Hoffman will have the final pitch. So there you go. There's a little bit of my bold take for you guys. But anyways, give me the Blue Jays and give me Trey Savage over his strikeouts. We can now head over to the NBA, the association, where we'll start off with the Bucks and the Raptors. Raptors are 1.5 point favorites in this game with a total of 234.5. Milwaukee coming into this game 1-0 with a 133 to 120 win versus the Washington Wizards. Granted, the Washington Wizards are not going to be great. I was on the wrong side of that one. I was on the right side of the Toronto game, though, because they are 1-0 to start off. They won by 20 points, 138 to 118 versus the Atlanta Hawks. I had the over in that game. That one hit easily. And I looked at this one, and once again, we're big on line movement. That's the big on the game, and the line is flipped. Line's gone from dog to favorite for the Raptors with the right money coming in on them. 38% of bets 64% of the money, which means bigger bets, sharper bets are coming in on the Raptors, along with, if you wanted to go money line, 35 and 52 for the money line. So the sharp money's coming in on the Toronto Raptors in this game. So to start it off, I did grab Toronto. I got their money line at minus 120. So Raptors to start off my card. Yes, Raptors. By the way, I wanted to stream on TikTok today. We're only live on YouTube. Both Picks and Parleys and Earle Sports Bets, both Picks and Parleys and my personal Twitter, Twitch, and Kick. I wanted to stream on TikTok today, but I'm still banned on TikTok for gambling. So I have a feeling that's going to be a common occurrence on my TikTok account, that it's going to keep banning me. So that's kind of fun. But we're only live on the YouTubes. Let's keep on rolling. We've got the Atlanta Hawks taking on the Orlando Magic. The Magic are 4.5-point favorites with a total of 236.5 in this game. Atlanta this year 0-1, as I just mentioned. They faced off against the Raptors. They lost 138-18. On the opposite side, you got the Orlando Magic, which holy barn burner on that one. 125-121 against the Miami Heat. Two teams that you looked at last year and the year before, they had totals sitting in the 200s, 204, 206, like that. That was their past results of like set totals, and they would go under those, and they flew over. That was a nice game to have an over in. I will say I completely passed on this game. I don't really have an interest in this one. I feel like if you're going to go after anything, looking towards the Hawks coming off of that ugly game, but at the same time, yeah, it would be a Hawks or nothing because the line's moved from 5.5 to 4.5. I could see myself adding it later on, but when it comes to it right now, I'm going to be just passing on this one. Orlando. It's Atlanta or nothing, and I'm really tempted. There was a reason why I didn't bet my Atlanta. Yeah, because the money was. You know what? No, I'm gonna end up adding Atlanta after the game. So Atlanta plus 4.5 is gonna get added. I'm gonna make a note for myself to Atlanta plus 4.5 is going to be added. Yes. Actually, give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm Picks and Parleys. People are talking money stuff, so I need to make sure I give them the right number. I believe that's the number. All right, we're good. Yeah, so we're actually going to be on Atlanta in this one. So no to your Orlando take, but I do think Orlando is going to be good this year. So don't worry about that. I do think Atlanta is going to be a good team. I want nothing to do with them today. And over, I once again can see an over. I was looking towards it as well. I just didn't pull the trigger on an over in this game. I'm just going to grab Atlanta after the show's over. We head on to the next one. We got the Boston Celtics taking on the New York Knicks. Knicks minus 3.5 in this game with a total of 230.5. Celtics coming off of a 1-point loss to the Philadelphia 76ers. That was a game that I was on the Sixers. That was nice. 117-116 in that one. On the opposite side, you have New York Knicks, which I was on the wrong side of in the last game, where the Cleveland Cavaliers lost that game 119-111. Knicks obviously covering the spread. I did go over the total on that one. Now, once again, I love to look at where the line's moving and everything. Opening games are going to be a little bit wonky with how the line's moved. You're going to get a lot more accurate stuff here. And the line's gone from 6 to 3.5 for the Celtics. For the Knicks. It's gone away from them. And the way I could tell it's not injury related is because it's had the slow, gradual from 4.5, from 6 to 5.5 to 4.5 to 3.5. It's not like it jumped from 6 to 3 right away. That would be a result of an injury. When it's gradually doing it, that is not a injury. I did grab the Celtics in this one. I took them plus 140. I do know that they are without Tatum for a while, I believe. Out with the Achilles injury. Yeah, he's going to be out for a little while. So they have not ruled him out for the entire season though. So at least that's a positive for the Celtics. But I did take the Celtics tonight. I got them plus 140 versus the Knicks in this one. Let's keep on rolling. We've got the Cavaliers and the Nets up next. The Cavs are 11.5 point favorites with a total of 229.5. Both teams coming off a loss. Obviously, I mentioned the Cavs losing 119 to 111 versus the New York Knicks in their opening game. The Brooklyn Nets, they are 0-1 as well. They're coming off of a loss to the Charlotte Hornets. They lost that game by 19 points. I was on the Hornets in that game, so that was kind of nice. The Hornets kind of got that one early and ran away with it. I was very tempted to bet Brooklyn in this game. Very tempted. Why? Because this line opened up around 12.5. It got up to 13. It's dropped to 11.5. And that would be normal, except for all the money's coming in on the Cavaliers and the line's moving away. I'm gonna end up adding the Nets. Screw it. I guess I'm adding the Nets. That's another one I have to go after now. The way that this line's moving, I kind of have to. And I hate it because I don't believe in the Nets this year. I'm not high on them at all. But I am going to be adding Brooklyn to the card. It's 11.5. It's not a pretty play. Not a pretty play at all. But we're going to pull the trigger on it. Because the line's moving, it got up to 13.5 and dropped down to 11.5 with 69% of the bets and 82% of the money on the Cavs. And then you look at the money line where 91% of the bets and 35% of the money is on the Cavs, meaning 9% of bets and 65% of the sharp bets are on the Brooklyn Nets to win outright in this game. Now, I don't believe the Brooklyn Nets are going to win outright in this game. I think it's ridiculous for anybody to say that. But I do think they can keep it within single digits. So I am going to be adding the Nets on the money line in this one, plus 11.5. We'll keep on rolling. This is a game that I did not bet, but we'll talk about it anyways. We've got the Detroit Pistons and the Houston Rockets. Rockets are 6.5 point favorites with a total of 226.5. Both teams starting off 0-1. The Pistons lost by 4 points to the Bulls on opening night. Kind of an ugly loss on that one. That's not really a good, because I don't think the Bulls are going to be all that good this year. On the opposite side, you got the Houston Rockets coming off of a overtime loss by 1 point to the Thunder. That's not as bad to me. Obviously, you're facing the defending champions on banner night, and you go into overtime and you lose by a point. That doesn't bother me at all. But when I looked at the line movement in this game, it actually did move from 5.5 to 6.5, so it would be a lean towards the Rockets in this game. But I am not going to go and bet every single game. Especially because the money's coming in the way it's supposed to. 64% of bets, 63% of money is on the Rockets, so it makes sense that the line moved up a point. Just not really the numbers that I wanted to see in this game in order for me to go after it. So for me, in the Pistons and the Rockets, it's going to be a no play. Just not a game that I'm going to be overly invested with. So. Pass on the Pistons and the Rockets, which will bring us to Spurs and the Pelicans. Another fun one. Spurs 4.5-point favorites with a total of 233.5. The Spurs are coming off of a win in Dallas. They beat Cooper Flag, and that was 125-92. They absolutely blew out. That was a 33-point win on opening night. Very impressive. Very impressive from the Spurs. On the opposite side, you got the Pelicans, who they blew a big lead against the Memphis Grizzlies because they were up big. They were up, obviously, 11 points at halftime, and then a 41-22 third quarter from the Memphis Grizzlies. And then the Pelicans just completely fell apart. So not really a good look for them. And I just don't think the Pelicans are going to be good this year. This is a Spurs team that I am quite high on this year. So I do think the Spurs are going to be good. This line opened up at 1.5, and it's gone up to 4.5. And I did grab them. I got them at a 4. I got the Spurs in this one. Once again, I'm just way higher on the Spurs. That's why I took them against Dallas. That was a nice casher. I think we can get it again today. The money's not really coming in the right way that I want to on the Spurs. But when it came to it, it was when I did cap the card. So the line, the money stuff has moved around a little bit. I like the Spurs in this game. I got them at -4. I think they could easily win this game by 8 to 10 points over the Pelicans on the road. Give me the Spurs in this one, which will end up bringing us to another game. I will say this is one of my top 2 NBA plays of the day. Miami Heat and the Memphis Grizzlies. Grizzlies sitting at -2.5. 231.5 is your total. And the Grizzlies, the Miami Heat opened up losing at home, in Orlando by 4 points to the Magic, 125-121. Very high-scoring game for the Miami Heat, who has been notoriously a low-scoring team. On the opposite side, you got the Memphis Grizzlies coming off of a 128-122 win versus the Pelicans. So I got both of these two teams right in the opening game, which was really nice on the second night of the year. But when I looked at the line, the Grizzlies have gone from a 4-point favorite down to a 2.5. It even dropped as low as 2, but it's back up to 2.5. So quickly bought back up. I'm going to leave the points at the door. I grabbed the Heat. I got them at +130. The way I look at it, if I am going to be betting a team a dog that's 2.5 points or less, I'm just going to grab the money line, or even 3.5 points because I took the Celtics outright today. If I'm going to take a short dog like that, pretty much anything 3.5 or less, I'm most likely grabbing a money line because I think they're just going to win the game outright. So I did take the Heat in this one. I don't hate the over. We looked at that one. Although it opened up at 232, got as high as 234, and it's back down to 231.5. So be careful with that one because I know both these two teams went way over in their opening game. What does the line movement say, or the money coming in? 68% of the bets, 78% of the money is on the over. Okay. 66% of the bets, and 56% of the money is on the Grizzlies, and the line's moving towards the Heat, which is why I'm wanting to grab the Heat in this one. So Miami money line +130 for me in this game. Good luck today, y'all. Good luck to you, Subgio. By the way, Subgio, you weren't here yesterday. I gave you a shout out. What is his name? RV Edgecombe or something. Edge something. He got the job done. I loved it. Davion Mitchell over his points. You know what? Stop, Gio. Here's what we're gonna do. You tell me your most confident player prop, and I'm putting it up on the site. Because you cash me one, I'm gonna see if give me your best one, and I'll put it up on the site, and we'll ride another player prop tonight. Brandon Powell over points and assist. Yes. VJ Edgecombe. Yes, he scored like 40, so that was nice. Yeah, cashed in the second quarter. That was beautiful. But sorry about that. We will continue to jump into the next game. We've got the Washington Wizards and the Dallas Mavericks. Mavericks are 9.5-point favorites in this game with a total of 228.5. We got the Wizards coming off of a 13-point loss, 133-120 to the Milwaukee Bucks in their first game. We got the Dallas Mavericks coming off of a 125-92 loss to the Spurs, both of them coming off of double-digit losses. And ultimately, like a really, really ugly game for the Mavericks. And the way I looked at this one, the line opened up a lot higher. Line opened up at 12.5, and it's down to a 9.5. And that's with 68% of the bets and 58% of the money. So more of the money and the bets are coming in on Dallas, and the lines moved 3 points towards the Wizards. So yes, I grabbed the Wizards today. I got them plus 10. I don't hate. I'm not going to say Wizards outright. I'm not going to say it outright. But I do like the Wizards today. I think they cover. I think they keep this one close. I'm not super high on the Mavericks this year. I'm just not. Dad, you're calling right during the show. I'm not really high on the Mavericks, so I'm taking the Wizards in this one. I got plus 10. I see 9.5 now. So let's go ahead and roll with the Washington Wizards. Let's keep it going. We got the T-Wolves and the Lakers. The T-Wolves are minus 2.5 with a total of 225 in this game. And we've got the Wizards coming off, not the Wizards, wow, the Timberwolves coming off of a win, 118-114 over Portland in Portland in their last game. On the opposite side, you got the Lakers who played on opening night without LeBron, and they're going to still be without LeBron. And they lost by 10 points. I figured no LeBron, and they would be able to play better without him. That was not the case. And I looked at this one, and the line opened up at 1.5. It's up to 2.5 on the Timberwolves. Money coming in the right way, 62% of bets, 89% of the money is coming on the Timberwolves. I'm going to be one of those. I'm going to be on Minnesota in this game. I got them at -2 at -109. And I'm going to ride with the T-Wolves in this one. So sign me up. Mini haha versus the Lakers tonight. I got -2. And by the way, we faded the Lakers without LeBron in the first game because it was the first game without him. Normally, the second game goes badly for the team without the star player. Normally, the first game they kind of gang up and they look good. It didn't happen, but I'm going to fade the Lakers in this one. Now, I am very tempted to have my first Ventura over points. Favorite prop of the night. 3 straight 30-plus games versus the Hawks. Sounds good to me. Let's go to... Did I bet the Orlando game? I'm taking the Hawks, but I'll grab your point prop with you. And here's the deal. If we hit it, we're going to do it again. I can get over 24.5. So Paulo Banchero over 24.5 points at -115. There you go. That's another one I'm going to be adding to the thing. But Ant Pro tonight. I'm good. That's a good look as well. I like Minnesota, so Gabe Vincent going to attempt to guard him. He's smashing. I might want to just grab his points. Let's just grab Ant points tonight. I'm down for that one. Anthony Edwards over 26.5 minus 120. Anthony Edwards over 26.5 points at minus 120. There we go. Been at a new job for the last 6 months, so it's been a lot harder to make the shows. I'm always going to be. I appreciate it, Stop Geo, dude. And I'm going to be riding both Paulo points and Ant points with you. So there we go. We're going to ride it. Sounds good. Now, I am very tempted, and I'm probably going to make my first NBA trifecta of the year, and I feel like it's going to be in this game. So I got a couple of things I need to add after the show. But we're going to look at the Warriors and the Blazers. Warriors are minus 1.5 with a total of 227.5. Warriors have now played twice. They're 2-0, wins against the Lakers and the Nuggets. The Nuggets game was in overtime last night. I believe it was a double overtime game last night, if I remember right. Maybe. It looks like it was double overtime. So big overtime win for them last night. Then they had to go and travel to Portland. Portland's coming off of their 118-114 loss to the Timberwolves. And let's go ahead and trifecta. And it's, I mean, you've got the line coming in the right way. 22% of the bets, 71% of the money. So a lot of sharp money coming in on the Blazers. Horrible spot for the Warriors. Let's take our first NBA trifecta of the year. Blazers, first quarter, first half, full game, all on the money line. We'll add that after the show as well. So I got 5 plays to add after the show. We're taking the Blazers, and we're trifectaing them. Because I originally just had the money line up on the site, but I'm going to go all out on the Blazers. So Blazers, first quarter, first half, full game, all on the Mooney line. Let's keep on rolling. This will be the last game I have interest in the NBA. We'll talk about the last game in a minute. But we got the Jazz and the Kings. Kings minus 4.5 with a total of 234.5. The Jazz are coming off of, how do I put this nicely? Beating the ever-living shit out of the Clippers. They won by 21 as 9.5-point dogs against the Clippers. That's freaking insane. On the opposite side, you got the Kings, who are coming off of a loss in their first game. They lost by 4 points to the Suns. They did not cover the 3.5-point spread. I had the Suns in that game, so that was actually kind of nice. And when it came to it, I have a feeling I'm going to be fading the Kings a bunch this year. Because, A, I'm not high on this Kings team at all. By the way, this line's gone from 6.5 down to 4.5. So line is moving towards the Jazz. And that's with more of the money coming in on the Kings and the line's moving towards the Jazz. So I was able to get the Jazz at 5. It's down to 4.5. I think they could have a shot to win this game outright. And I still think the Kings are going to be one of the worst teams in the Western Conference, if not in basketball this year. So give me the Jazz. I got them plus 5. I don't think the Kings should be favored. I don't think they should be favored by this much, I should say. If they're going to be favored, 1.5, 2-point favorites. But give me the Jazz in this one. Jazz, money line. Or Jazz plus 5. One more game in the NBA. Then we got 4 hockey to talk about. The Suns and the Clippers are going to go after it. Clippers, 9.5-point favorites with a total of 223.5 in this game. I'm trying to figure out why the Clippers are monster favorites. I will say right off the rip, I passed on this game. I feel like it's Suns or nothing, but there's got to be something going on in this game. Is there any load management 2 games into the year? No injuries. 2 injuries, but it's Jalen Green and Jordan Miller. So no big injuries to talk about. And it's a 9.5-point spread. I'm passing. I don't know why on earth anybody would want to lay 9.5 points on the Clippers today. This one's going to be a pass for me. Line's kind of messed back and forth from 9.5 to 10.5. This one's going to be ultimately a stay away goodbye game for me. No play in the Clippers and the Suns. And I realized I had a baseball background the entire time during basketball, so that's fun. Let's switch it to hockey. And oh my God, what a spread, or what a money line. We've got the Sharks and the Devils up first. The Devils are minus 375 with a total of 6.5. It's a big ass freaking line. It makes sense though. The Sharks, I mean, they just got their first win of the year last night in New York against the Devils and against the Rangers. Sorry, they're facing the Devils tonight. And so they're going to be playing on a back-to-back, both on the road. They're 1-4-2 this year. Obviously, they have that win against the Rangers. Losses to the Islanders, Penguins, Mammoth, Hurricanes, Ducks, and Vegas. On the opposite side, we've got the hottest team in hockey because since losing their first game against Carolina, the Devils have went and won against Tampa Bay, Columbus, Florida, Edmonton, Toronto, and Minnesota. And covered the puck line against everybody besides the Columbus Blue Jackets, which was a 3-2 game. And not to mention, the Toronto, Minnesota was a back-to-back form. So very, very impressive. Now, am I ever laying minus 375? No, never. Not a chance in hell I'm ever laying that type of number. I could understand if anybody wanted to look. I can't. Puck line's even still stupid. What's the puck line on them? Because that's got to be really ridiculous too. Minus 142 for a puck line on the Devils. I mean, if you're grabbing a side, it's Sharks or nothing. If we're going to be completely honest, I will say I grabbed the over in this game because blindly betting the Sharks over is 5-2 this year. It could easily be 6-1. But this is a Sharks team that's probably going to be playing a backup goaltender, and all their goaltenders suck. They're still going to play at a high pace because it's a young team. A back-to-back's not going to make a big difference for them. And they're going to put the puck on the goal, and they're going to let up some. I did grab 2 player props in this game to go along with my over, and it's 2 from the Sharks, Will Smith and Tyler Toffoli. When it comes to player props, the thing I'm going to try to do is I want to do point props, and they are players that are on the top line and the top power play where their point is under minus 120. So I grabbed both of those. Will Smith point is plus 105, and Tyler Toffoli is minus 105. And by the way, if the player is a defenseman, as long as they are the top pairing and on the top power play, I use them. So Will Smith is a defender. Tyler Toffoli, no. But both of them over a half a point to get a point today in this one. Landon says he likes the under in the Sharks game. Why? No. I can't do an under in a Sharks game. Let's keep on rolling. We've got the Leafs and the Sabres. The Leafs, slight minus 125 favorites, and I believe the line is slowly moving away from them. If I remember reading that right. Line is moving towards the Sabres in this one. I might have to add another play. I already have a lot today, and I'm probably going to add more. I already have something on the total. I've got the over in this game. This is Toronto this year, 3-3-1. Wins against the Rangers, the Nashville Predators, and Canadiens. Losses to the Red Wings, and Devils. Their one overtime loss came in versus Seattle. Buffalo this year, 3-4. After starting off 0-3, they've won 3 out of their last 4, so that's kind of a breath of fresh air. Their opening losses were to the Rangers, Boston, and Colorado. wins against Ottawa, Florida. They lost to Montreal and then beat a really good Detroit Red Wings team. So Buffalo looking on the up, and Toronto, I'm not really sure about it. I did grab the over. I got 6 at -115. I did not yet, but I'm also going to be grabbing the Buffalo Sabres on the money line. I have a feeling it's going to be Sabres tonight, and it might be more towards the Toronto puck line tomorrow, because they do play a back-to-back against each other. Tonight will be in Buffalo. Tomorrow will be at 5 o'clock in Toronto. So back-to-back games, back-to-back days for the Leafs and the Sabres, two teams that do not like each other. So Sabres money line, the over. Oh, and Mr. Will Benson, Zach Benson to get a point at -125. So give me those 3 in this game. We go to the Capitals and the Blue Jackets. The Capitals -115. 6.5 is your total. You got a Washington team that's 5-2 this year. Columbus is 3-3. Capitals with wins against the Islanders, Rangers, Tampa, Minnesota, and Seattle. On the opposite side, you got losses to Vancouver and Boston, a Bruins team that has lost every single game since then, pretty much. Oh, no, they've lost 5 in a row. They won 3 in a row and then lost 5 in a row. On the opposite side, you got the Columbus Blue Jackets, who are 3-3. After starting off 1-3, where they lost to Nashville, New Jersey, and Colorado, they beat Minnesota in that stretch too. They won back-to-back games against Tampa and against Dallas. That Dallas game was a 5-1 winner, so that was a really nice win for the Columbus Blue Jackets. I did not grab a side or total in this game. I did not. I did, however, grab a player prop in this one, and is it not here? Did I not track it? I don't think I tracked it yet, because I know I bet a player prop in this game. Because maybe I didn't. Nope, I did. Dmitry Vorkanov and Tyler Toffoli? I thought Tyler Toffoli was... Damn it, I did it again. What did I do? I put him in the wrong game. I wanted to go Carlson. Yeah, I put Toffoli in the Washington game. That's a mistake. I wanted to add Carlson. I'm not going to add Carlson. I'm just going to stick with what I have. That's fine. I messed it up, but they'll be able to figure it out. Let me edit that so I can put that, because I made the play wrong. This player prop is in the it's in the Capitals versus Blue Jackets game. Because I did not track that one either. So sorry about that. I'm gonna end up fixing it. It's +1. That's +105 for Vorkanov. So let me quickly. That was Dmitry Vorkanov. Points +105. Track. Okay. But there you go. And we'll head to the final game of the day, and it's the Flames and the Jets. And this one might be my favorite hockey play today. The Jets are -135, and the line keeps getting smaller. Why does the line keep getting smaller? Because this line opened up at -155 for the Jets. It's down to 135, which is absolutely insane. Flames are 1-6-1 to start the year. They won their opening game and have lost every single game since. They beat Edmonton and have lost to Vancouver, St. Louis, Vegas, Utah, Vegas again, Winnipeg, which that Winnipeg game was 2-1, and Montreal in overtime. Man, that's a crazy line. I am on the Flames in this one. And I'm gonna say the Flames are my favorite hockey play of the day. I know it's gross, but I am gonna grab the Flames. The way that this line's moving, because it's 155 to 125, and all of the money is all over Winnipeg, and the line's moving towards the Flames. Give me the Flames in this one. I also took Matthew Coronato and Jonathan Huberdeau to get points. Plus 105 for Coronato, Huberdeau minus 115 to wrap up the hockey card. Lots and lots of plays today, and I'm going to be adding another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the site, 7 to the site, because one of them is I'm going to be adding to the trifecta. So lots and lots of plays today. Make sure you guys are checking out the picksandparlays.net website for all of them. And that is it for today's show. Today is Friday. I'll be back again tomorrow. We've got some hockey to talk about, because decent sized card for hockey, including a game starting at 12:30. So there'll be a game started before I even get started on the show. We'll probably try to get something from that game. But that's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Source Bet Show. See you guys again tomorrow. Peace out, guys.